I'm going to talk about board committees, talking about the board of directors. Inside of a corporation, LLC, some of the other company structures, the board of directors, we've talked about at length, has an important role in governance. They oversee all of the officers of the company, and they will often be involved in discussing strategy and planning for a company. So inside of the board of directors, you can have board committees. This will be a smaller group of board members that might not be the entire board, and the committees are designed for specific purposes. So the committees, first of all, their goal is to recommend policy. They don't usually make binding decisions. They essentially go away, do some work, and come back to the board and make a recommendation about what the board should do concerning whatever subject they're tasked with. There are different kinds of committees. There are standing committees versus ad hoc committees. Standing committees simply mean that they're running all the time, and ad hoc are created around a given event or problem and then dissolved when that problem goes away. The idea here is that you should be taking advantage of the expertise of your board members. There are going to be certain members of the board that have certain skill sets. So, for example, if you've got a financial expert, you might be putting them on committees that deal with financial problems. So it's important to find board members that have the right skill sets to solve a given problem. When forming committees, it's important to give them specific tasks and not sort of have an open mandate. You want to say, look, we need to solve this exact problem, so the committee goes away and does it. You want to have at least 2 board members, more like 3 if you can, on a given committee. You don't want to have a single person recommending policy around an idea, otherwise what's the point of having a committee? And then the committee will usually report to the full board, meaning they'll come back to a board meeting and give a report on the subject to the board at large. So here's some examples of committees. There are some standing committees and ad hoc committees. The standing committees that I've chosen are the executive committee, the finance committee. So finance might do things like make sure that financial reports are prepared correctly, and they'll oversee sort of the budget process of the company. Fundraising, that's sort of self-evident. They would be involved in soliciting new fundraising opportunities and creating materials around fundraising. Compensation, they might decide how the executives in the company are compensated. And then these ad hoc committees, these are short-term committees. Audit, research, or ethics are examples. So the audit committee might be put together to oversee an audit that doesn't happen every day, but is a big audit of the company. A research committee might be formed around a given subject that you really need to know more about, so you put a committee together to do some research. And then, of course, an ethics committee might convene to discuss any sort of ethically sensitive subject or about one of the executives or other board members. So those are examples of standing and ad hoc committees. Remember, these are small groups of board members using specific expertise to solve a specific problem.